My name is David Wright. I'm located in Richmond, Virginia. I'm a state licensed realtor in the residential sector, having been doing that for 16 years. And I think I'm in 5 different funds with Ashcroft, and hopefully soon to be 6. I chose multifamily as an investment vehicle because I am basically trying to reposition a lot of my assets within real estate from the single family sector to multifamily, which I think is common of a lot of multifamily investors. So in fact, I just sold one of my rentals, single family rentals, and will be using some of those resources into maybe the next fund with Ashcroft. And maybe some other things too, but so looking for, especially because I'm familiar with that single family rental, I'm really looking for that monthly return, and also to be, I'm a property manager and a realtor, and so I'm very aware of what it takes to get those returns on a single family basis, and not really looking from a passive investor. I'm looking for more passive investment that can scale and also have diversification. And so I really love lately that my most recent investment was into the fund, and then I'm planning on being in fund 2. And so even within investing within Ashcroft, they will have additional diversification. But in short, want to get those returns, appreciate, leverage and all of the tax benefits that this type of investing brings, but also don't want to have to do the heavy lifting. So some people like myself probably want to become, general partners or GPs, and I want no parts of that. So I'll let other people do that, and I can be an LP and just get the checks. The people that I'm mostly in business with, in partnership with on these type of syndications, because people have long track records. And so, because a lot of crazy things can happen in real estate. And so there's a lot of good people that are starting out. And unfortunately, and I wish them well and hope that they have good success. But I don't want to be putting my dollars into their learning process. So I think being able to see the long track record that Ashcroft has, and including divesting of the assets, some of their past assets. So some companies have bought a number of properties but haven't sold many or any, and so that's a big reason. But also I think the accessibility, that, like, why do I continue to invest with Ashcroft is because if I want to pick up the phone and talk to somebody there, I can do so pretty quickly. An interesting thing going in as a new person with Ashcroft, which was probably in 2019, then it was, big company, a lot of history. Am I just going to be a number? And with some other syndications, I have felt like a number, like a small, I don't know how to say that right, but felt like a number, and so I haven't felt that way with them. And even though I probably am, I haven't felt that way. So love Ashcroft Capital. I think when I just feel great. Everything that I expect is happening, and I'm able to get a hold of people when I need to, and I get great resources sent to my house. And most importantly, we're getting monthly time in, time on returns, and so it's been a very transparent process. Very happy. I'm in a number of other syndications outside of Ashcroft Capital, and in some of them I feel like a number, and some of them I just don't hear from people. And so I think the fact that I do talk to representatives from Ashcroft and also hear them in the marketplace, and see them in the marketplace. So I think that's I feel, even though I've never met them, I feel like I know them pretty well, especially a couple of individuals within there. The 3 reasons I would recommend Ashcroft Capital to a friend would again be consistency. Just every month, consistent emails, consistent communication, consistent deposits. The fact that it is monthly, there's a lot of quarterly or semi-annual or annual in this industry, so it's not that many companies that do monthly, and I really like monthly, coming from the single family world. And then I think to be able to hear from some of the founders and leaders, I hear from both of the 2 main principals from Ashcroft. I know Joe, and then the other one's eluding me right this second, but hear them on the calls and of course see them on podcasts and YouTube and whatnot. So kind of makes you feel like you have a sense of, and being a realtor, very much keen on reading people, and so we're in partnership together, and you want to have confidence in not just the company, but the individuals in that company. And I think it's important too. It's a company, and what I'm seeing is some them becoming more and more experienced and better. So for example, they were doing funds. They were doing buildings, and now they're doing funds of buildings, and so you're seeing progression, and so that's exciting. I definitely want and like diversifications. I haven't been through a divestiture or a sale yet. But what's interesting is the business cases that are presented with all of the assets. I'm seeing where in most cases, if not, there may be one property where they're on a month in, month out basis, it hasn't been exceptional. But in most cases, they've met or far exceeded the business case for it. So I'm very confident when it comes time to refinance or it comes time to resell, that they'll do that. And again, everything that they've laid out in promises and communications pre my investment has happened. So I have no reason to believe that it won't happen. And again, they've sold, 30 plus properties, I think, or something like that. 25, I don't know. Again, I'm very excited to see what happens at that stage. And really my goal is just how many houses can I sell on the residential side to plow more money into you guys. I believe in the company, and I think it's so important, going back to some earlier comments and questions around weeding through the information. Obviously, Joe and friends can go and say anything they want to anybody, and whether that's true or not may or may not be true, right? And so you need to hear from actual customers and clients and limited partners. And so I'm one of those. And so it's going well. The cash register is ringing. And I'm in the same industry, albeit, residential side versus multifamily side. So I know a lot of what they're doing and going through, and can respect that and appreciate that, and profit from it. I may not necessarily invest with all the people that I'm currently invested with, but again, very happy with the communication, very happy with the business cases and how those are going, with individual assets and funds, and so I guess the biggest question is for them is, can you keep finding great deals and great properties to fill up the funds so that people like me can send checks? And I know they put a lot of time and effort to doing that. So I'm excited about investing with them here very soon, and probably for the foreseeable future. If somebody's, whether it's with Ashcroft or other companies, if people are not in this business, that really, I think if you're doing it with the right people and the right companies, if you're not in this business, you're really missing the boat. It's a great opportunity. great tax advantages. My taxes have markedly changed since I've been investing with Ashcroft Capital, and so I am making more money and paying less in taxes, and so that's exciting. And then that just allows you to file more money into investments, whether it's with Ashcroft or somebody else. So I think if somebody's not in multifamily, they should be in multifamily. And then if they are in multifamily, Ashcroft Capital is a great place to park.